A good podcast requires a good beer. So that's why I always go to my go-to, Keystone Light. If I'm going to the store, I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I want to go for a legit 15-pack. When I go to a party, I don't take Rainier. I take Keystone Light. And you know what? It tastes so good, I'm going to have it right now. Cheers, folks. Yeah, there's a burp coming in. It's good.
This week's podcast brought to you by the Beefy Boys, three cool dudes hanging out talking about music, video games, and sports, and anything else that hits our fancy.
Yeah, check them out at www.beefyboys.com or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. If you love their logo, you can buy their merch, www.cafepress.com/beefyboysmerch1.
And oh, baby, you know you're going to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us on Twitter at Beefy_boys. And you can find us on Instagram at official Beefy Boys, because it is official. Make us blue check marked, keep following us. And you can find us on Facebook at the Beefy Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Beefy.
Deep in a hospital, or like,
oh well, yeah.
You know, just like places where I just don't get any reception anyway. Like I always have reception or whatever from Verizon.
Talking about cell phone plans. Welcome back, listeners. Christian couldn't be on this episode. We were going to record it earlier, but he got stuck at the Sprint store for what was supposed to be 20 minutes and turned into 3.5 hours. So, yeah. The one time, when I was on fishing boats. We had one trip where it was a hake trip, which was right off the coast of Oregon. Like, you could see the coast of Oregon, and you could kind of get a cell signal, except a fishing boat is a steel box, so you're essentially in a giant Faraday cage, so you can't get a signal unless you're, like, leaning out the porthole or, like, standing on the top deck. So there was a lot of chitter-chatter in like the wheelhouse, which would drive. The captain was cool about it, but you could tell it annoyed him. Like, everyone just comes up here to talk on their phones, like literally all day. It's just phone calls, and I'm like, yeah, that's true, because you are the one. You have a glass box instead of a steel box. Like, it was a weird experience being able, because most of the time when I was in Alaska, you're hundreds of miles from land, and you aren't getting cell service up there anyway, so. That was a weird experience, being able to text while at work on the fishing boat. Yeah, you get Joe and Vito, the round 2 here.
Round 2.
Joe's doing his best Christian impression. Pretty hungover today, but powering through. Played a new board game last week, Harry Potter Munchkin. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
Fans of Munchkin or Harry Potter will enjoy. Personally, I'm not really a big fan of Munchkin, but the Harry Potter version is much better. Is this your first time playing Munchkin, or first time in a long time?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you
I
like
definitely don't remember it before.
Yeah.
If I played it, I think I might have played it like once, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it the one where like you have like the dungeon, like little squares, and you keep adding squares?
No, that's a Descent.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't think I played Munchkin yet. No.
That's just for Renee. Yeah, I can't do it with. I can do it with board games too, Renee, not just video games. Like, one sentence description. Oh, you mean this one? Definitely. You definitely mean this specific board game. No, the Munchkin is very much the same. Where it's like you kick down the door. If it's a monster, you fight it. If it's not, you can fight a monster if you have one, and then trying to fuck with each other. And first to level 10 wins, but. The Harry Potter theming was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I played as a Ravenclaw, of course.
I liked all the little things, like this card has a bonus effect if the lights are off.
Yes, that was nice. They really embraced the weirdness. Like, the werewolf is more powerful if it's nighttime.
Yep.
Or yeah. That was a fun one for sure.
And all the little connections, like the Ron sweater.
The Weasley sweater? Yeah, the Weasley sweater was a fun card. Gives you bonus powers if you have a Weasley in your party, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
I did have a bit of a tragedy happen to me this week. I upgraded my MacBook to Catalina, which caused the Final Fantasy XIV launcher to totally shit on me. So I can't play it on there anymore. So what I've been doing instead is I play it on the PS4, and it runs so much better. It's actually a good-looking game. Who knew?
Yeah, it is.
Not a terrible system.
Yep.
I can never go back because, like, now that I've seen it at an actual smooth frame rate and like the
Yeah.
animations look nice, I'm like, oh, this is way better.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny. You're using your PlayStation basically as a computer at this point. It's like
Yeah, because I have a mouse
got the
and
mouse and
keyboard,
keyboard
and
and
I'm
monitor.
using this monitor. Yeah, I know it's behind me. It's
Yeah.
literally just I could just replace it with a tower. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
Whatever. I got 2 PlayStations. This is a PlayStation family. Up in her.
I've got one too.
Yeah, that's right. PlayStation and the Switch, huh? And 2 PCs over there, huh? One for you, one for Jane.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been one of the people who actually like paid attention to what parts were and all that kind of shit with the computers.
Yeah.
Like I can put a computer together, but like I'm researching parts, it's just beyond me.
Yeah.
So like when I got this newest computer for Jane, it was like $700 off Newegg.
That's a pretty good deal.
And it runs perfectly on
Yeah.
like on Final Fantasy and like whatever game you want basically on like at least high settings of maximum and
Wow,
stuff. So,
nice. That's pretty good.
yeah, and like I looked up the I was looking for graphics cards in the first place, and it had one that I recognized from looking at.
That was going to be
looking
my
stuff
question:
up,
is
so-
how's the graphics card market? Are all the Bitcoin miners still driving the prices astronomically high, or is that
yeah,
calmed down?
for like all the top end ones, but you can, because of I guess how manufacturing is now and all that.
Yeah.
You can get like cheap $300 ones or something.
that are decent.
That are like really good.
Obviously, it's not the top of the line.
Exactly, yeah.
Whatever.
Like yeah.
MX 1080.
I
or
mean,
whatever.
at this point, there's like graphics cards that are not useful for video games that are that are so powerful that the video games aren't like like you don't get any benefit out of it.
If you're future proofing, though, I mean,
Well, yeah,
although
if
that's a bad
yeah.
idea because technology gets so cheap so fast. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
No, don't future proof with your graphics card. Just replace it every 2 years.
Exactly.
I've never actually built a PC. I've always been terrified. My dad tried to show me once, and he's like, okay, first we have to make sure we have no static electricity, so I'm going to rub my socks on the carpet for a while and then touch metal. And I'm like, this is too weird.
It's not really that bad. You don't need to rub your socks.
Like, my dad
on the
is an
floor.
interesting man.
Yeah. You literally just like touch the metal of the computer and,
Yeah.
and then you can do stuff.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
get
totally
you.
fine.
I get you. I know it all like slots supposed to just kind of snap together like Legos or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
it's basically like Legos. Yeah.
yeah. Just so fancy. They come in those foil bags, and it's like you can't touch it or get dust on it. I'm like, okay, you're making this scary.
Well, yeah, you don't want to touch the actual board because you could hit something that actually does something. And if you're electrically charged, then it'll like, it could either fry it if you're like electrically charged, or like, my brother had me once hit like a reset button on my motherboard. It wasn't a button; it was just like a little metal prick that I touched, and it would reset it. So. That's kind of the main reason. It's just basically it's open parts.
Yeah,
So
exactly. That's why it's terrifying.
Yeah, but it's actually not that bad at all. It's like you just grab it by the knot, because usually like my graphics card and stuff, it has like a big plastic part of it, or some of them. In fact, I think mine is actually kind of mostly covered with plastic, so the parts aren't really open. Because it has like the fans on each side, and so the whole thing's like kind of.
Oh, it's got its own fan.
Oh yeah. Most graphics cards have their own fans. These
How
days.
loud is it? How loud is your
It's super
computer?
quiet. The
Oh,
fan
yeah.
technology's gotten good too.
Wow.
So
Modern fan technologies. Because that PlayStation sounds like a fucking jet engine behind me. Whenever I'm playing anything graphically intensive at all, not a remake of a PS2 game, it's like, okay, we're launching into space.
Yeah.
Jesus. The one in the bedroom is a Pro, which is much quieter.
yeah, my computer, I bought like back when graphics cards were still like super expensive and stuff. I want to say back in 2015 or something, for like $3,000. And the only reason why I had to buy a new graphics card was because it pooped out. and so it just didn't work at all.
Yeah.
But then I got a graphics card for like $300. That was really good.
I looked into getting a new, just like a Acer or something, a gaming laptop. Just to play
Some of the gaming
Fantasy.
laptops are really good, but if you're going for price, I know you make real money now, but if you're going for price, I'd get that like $700 tower.
Just kidding.
But if you have Tesla money, you can get like a $3,000 laptop that'll do just as well.
I didn't care. I don't care if it's top of the line. I need it to run a 15 or a 10-year-old MMO. I mean.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going to get a computer that can run a laptop that can run games well,
should at least
like you're gonna have like the few $100s or whatever that are normal laptops except for Macs, and then you've got the
$1,200.
then you've got the computers that are just below Max or slightly above Max that are all gaming laptops.
Yeah, I couldn't justify it because I have the 2 MacBooks. I have my work one and my personal one, and the 2 PlayStations. I'm like, I can't bring another $1,000.
But especially like if you're playing at home anyway and you have like a single setup, like the tower we got actually was really small and really light too, so you can put it anywhere. You just in general probably don't want to put it on a rug, and you don't want to like block the fan accesses. But
yeah, I could put it right under the table right here, I guess.
Yeah, you can just put it right under the table. It's wood floor, or you could even put it just right up on that shelving if you
behind me, where the PlayStation
all the
is?
trash is.
Oh, my treasures. It's legit like empty boxes.
Yep.
That toilet paper is for blowing my nose.
Yeah,
so don't
because it's like
here.
Super light and actually pretty small too. So.
I got too much crap in here. Trying to reduce the footprint,
Well, maybe if you get rid of some stuff, you can bring in. But I don't know. It's a worthy investment because then, like, if you ever like need to have more performance, you can just buy a part.
My wife is preparing our wedding. She's doing a lot of it herself. So Vito right now is sitting next to 4 geese gravy bowls that nest together amongst like a cake container and
some wine glasses,
various goblets,
an
old perfume box,
and a bunch of shit wrapped in paper.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just, more ceramics in there. Yeah,
some big silverware.
Oh yeah, she laughs so hard. She's like, a really big fork, and I'm like, you're adorable.
Yeah, you've got your little potion bottle over here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My little spray bottle of olive oil. All the fun shit over there. Anyways, so we got a lot going on in the house right now. So trying to reduce the carbon or the space footprint. Probably gonna get rid of some board games too.
Yeah.
Been talking about it. I mean, I have the giant bookshelf, but I've also expanded beyond it. There's another giant pile in the bedroom. There's some over there. Like,
totally.
I'm like, we gotta get another bookshelf. And I was like, well, we don't play any of them. And I'm like, we play them sometimes. I like having them. Yeah, you're right.
But on Final Fantasy, I've almost got my warrior up to 80.
Nice.
That'll be my 5th 80.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many? Are they all tanks?
I had every tank up to 70 and Red Mage, Dragoon at 70, and then I had Summoner at like 67. And then I worked on Summoner before everybody else, but I got everybody up to 71 so they could do the dungeon.
Okay.
And then, I got my Dark Knight up to 80 first and did all MSQ first. But.
What's your leveling strategy? Just like duty roulettes or just dungeons or?
Yeah, so I'm really lazy and don't really do it very often. Do leveling very much very often.
Yeah.
So I basically did my Dragoon. I did dungeons because I wanted to get somebody up to 80 after my Dark Knight. But then with Summoner, I literally just did pixie quests and every now and then would do a roulette with somebody when they asked.
I haven't done Beast Tribe quests in a while. This is just like it's daily quest, right? So it's just something simple like go kill 5 goblins or something.
Yeah, like it literally takes me like a minute with flying.
Well,
so
damn. Well, of course, that's
and it gets me like a third of a level or something every time I do it. So it's like super easy way to level. But the main way to level really is to just do the dungeon that's at your level.
Yeah.
So like you get the most
so much.
Like after the roulettes, you get the most XP from doing the dungeon that's at your level. So yeah.
I mean, the XP bonus is nice on the roulette. The
Yeah,
tombstone bonus is nice.
So if you're basically if you're trying to power level something, you want to do all your daily roulettes every time. And then you want to do or at least I usually just do leveling roulette and 50, 60, 70. Trial doesn't really give that much XP, and
But they take 10 minutes.
Yeah, and the like main story quest one doesn't. It takes way too long.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the raid ones probably give a good XP too, but I haven't done them.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't done any. Well, you've done some of them.
So not the roulettes.
But I mean the 24-man
Yeah.
raids. Yeah.
But I'm sure like if the raid roulettes are good XP too, then I would do those too. And then I would just do the dungeon for your level and just spam it over and over again, and you'll get gear from the dungeon.
Yeah.
And you'll which is good, and then you'll get like good XP. You want to make sure that you have the food buffs, and then if you have, I don't know if you got the earring from the Shadowbringers.
Don't think I did. No.
Oh well, that's really good XP boost.
Well, yeah, I bet
That goes from 1 to 70.
50%?
So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So then there's the ring for lower levels.
I got the
up to 30.
ring. I don't know. I got something for finishing my
Yeah, that's the ring.
in a novice quest or whatever. Learn your role or whatever.
Yeah. And then I think there was something else I was gonna mention, but I forgot. But yeah, for the most part, it's basically just smashing your face against dungeons.
Yeah.
All day.
I did take Ara on a tour of your palatial estate.
Oh.
She's like, "Why are there so many cakes?" I'm like, "I think we can eat the cakes." I'm like, "Oh, we can eat the cakes." Oh, and a painting of Boob Lady. I'm like, that's the Admiral. She's actually a very important military figure. I know she's got boobs.
Yeah, I got really into the Maelstrom, actually, because I really love the outfits.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah?
And so, like, I made it, like, canon for my character that, like, she was, like, super into the Maelstrom and everything.
See, I was in the Twin Adder because I started in Gridania or whatever, but their uniforms are fucking hideous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why wasn't it green?
I feel like
I feel like it should be green, not yellow.
Yeah. The Mortal Flames is blue, which is good.
Yes, they're cool too, but the Maelstrom are definitely the best ones. Or, privateers, a.k.a. pirates.
Yeah, the pirate coat is so good.
Yeah, I bet. So, you going to win the third time in a row on roulette here? Or?
On the screenshot
have they announced it?
contest? I don't know.
Oh, I'm in hide and seek, I mean. This is real time. Let's open it. Let's see if they've announced the winner. If it's you, I'm going to laugh so hard.
I'm going to laugh so hard. Especially since, like, I was sitting on the location for, like, hours, and 2 or 3 people took pictures with me in it because I was still logged in.
Mm-hmm.
Which also gave away the, location it's in, at least. It's pretty funny. I remember not to sit in the location online for the next one.
They haven't announced winners yet, so you still have a chance.
Yep.
You still have a chance.
God, that would be so funny, though.
That would be ridiculous. I had so much cash right now. Anyway, it's been, leveling crafters, which used to take up a lot of cash.
How much gold do you have?
Easy.
Right now.
I think I just cracked 1 million again.
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool.
I
was like, you're rich past me now? Even
no. I was almost all the way up to 3, and then I started leveling crafters again. And I was like, boo, there it goes.
Yeah, I usually stick these days around 3, and then, go back down, dip that back down whenever I level crafters.
Yeah, that's where all the money goes.
Yep.
Especially, and with the Ishgard thing, it's cake. It doesn't cost you anything.
Well, it does for me, because I still have to get, like... for some of the stuff, there's items that I can't just gather. They're like, they're regular items, but they're like stuff that drop on monsters or something.
Oh,
so
yeah, but none of that stuff's that expensive.
Well, one of them, it's been a little while, but one of them that I was trying to do was like 2,000 a piece. So,
ooh,
and it was just like the first one too. So I stopped leveling that person.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I was. I'll go out and collect. Okay, if I'm doing Weaver now, I need this one and that one. Let's get 200 of those, and then 100 of the other thing. I just buy a 99 on the market board. It's usually like
I would usually go gather everything for
yeah,
and it was pretty easy too because I have my gatherers at decently high levels, so I can usually get a quantity bonus on hit, and then I also make sure to save that ability because it uses like all your CP.
Yes.
I save that ability for the one that gives you an extra gathering attempt. The node, because usually there's a node that gives you an extra attempt.
Yes.
And so I'd usually get like 15 or so on just the one.
I clicked the wrong one because I have those two buttons right next to each other: the +2 things and the plus 30% HQ bonus.
Oh yeah.
And I clicked the 30% HQ bonus when I was gathering fucking restoration items that can't be high quality, and I was so mad. That's 300 fucking CP. That's gonna take forever to respawn.
Do you have cordials?
Do I have what?
Cordials?
No. What the hell are those?
Sometimes you get them from Levy quests, but you can buy them with scripts too.
Okay.
And they give you like 400 CP.
Oh,
a pop. They're potions.
I don't use potions. Potions are awful because their recharge time is ridiculous on them, so I never use them.
Well, yeah, but the cordials give
that
you...
would be good.
The cordials are really good, even though they have a long cooldown.
Of course.
I stopped using potions, like health potions, like a long time ago because they stopped being useful.
I don't think they were ever useful.
They were kind of useful at low level. They'd saved me a few times.
DPS has a self-healing ability. Yeah,
so
I know.
It's basically, the healer died and the boss is at like 5%.
Yeah,
or
so
like
close.
No, it's like everybody died and the healer. I actually with Titan had it where everybody died and I was the last one alive and I was able to use my immunity at the last second and like actually kill it and stuff, and that was a pretty powerful moment for me.
I forget what dungeon it was, but it was back in 2.0 when if you wiped 3 times, you just lost the dungeon. Yeah. And the final boss was like a manticore? No, what's the thing with the 3 heads and the like lizard snake tail? Chimera? I don't know. It's like a classic Final Fantasy enemy. It's got like a lion head and like a griffin.
I think it was Manticore, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sure. I was fighting it. We had died to it twice. I was the last one left on the 3rd attempt, and it had a third of its health left, and I just kited it around the room for half an hour. Yeah. And this was back too when Bard's Limit Break was a fucking healing spell, but the thing couldn't hit me because it wasn't designed to hit someone who was constantly moving. So I'm like, this is just going to take forever, but I did it.
Yeah, that's funny.
I thought it was like, oh god, that was awesome. I was like, thanks. It's pretty easy, but I just have to keep moving.
Yeah, especially as an archer because you don't have to cast.
Exactly. There's no cast times. It's pretty great.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why they say Bard's the easiest class. There's no cast times. You can constantly be moving. Should never get hit by a DP or a telegraphed attack. I haven't done any dungeons on the new machine. It's going to be so much easier, again, with the no frame skip in the actual, because it would chug, man. It would chug.
Yeah. I think Summoner's my favorite DPS, aside from maybe Dragoon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I like Dragoon better than Summoner, but they're also so different that I think I like them equally.
Dragoon just seems like the least popular. I don't know why. It's just lances are not exciting to me, I guess. I don't know. I'm a ninja. I use daggers and
I like the jumps.
Deceptions. Well, I'm a samurai. I have a big sword. I'm a lancer. I jump. I jump really high.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels really good with the rotation. Basically, like 1 to 50 is boring because you don't have any good abilities.
Yeah.
50 to 60 sucks because you have only some of the abilities while you're leveling. And then
so if you get your Dragoon all the way up to level 61.
And then 60 to 70 is pretty good. And then 70 plus is like really, 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 really fun. But I mean, there's the 70 boost, so like,
yeah.
If you get like bored while leveling, you can just boost it and then like learn the rotation.
It feels like cheating, man. You know me, I'm a completionist. I started playing a new game on my PlayStation. We call it Zombie Bikers. Its official name is Days Gone. It's weird because so it's in let's call it Central Oregon, where it takes place, like basically on the side of the mountains and in the high desert. But like they use all the real place names.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, these people are clearly from the Pacific Northwest because they really nailed the vibe of like, I'm in the mountain, there's a forest, and then I go what feels like 1 mile, and all of a sudden I'm in the desert. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes.
That's funny.
But anyway, I like, I have to do every single thing, and this game is mediocre. It's not great. The dialogue is awful. The storyline is bad.
What game is this again?
It's called Days Gone.
Days Gone. Okay.
It was a PlayStation exclusive. It came with the Pro when I got it on a deal at Prime Day. It came with Days Gone and God of War, which I gave out. Shout out to Trey. Gave him that one.
There you go.
He gave me this monitor in return, which is a totally okay monitor. I just wish it had a built-in speaker.
But yeah, I really like the class quests and like the storylines that go through it, and so I usually don't boost things.
Yeah, the class quests are good. Yeah.
The only thing I ever boosted was Paladin.
I kind of wish I had them because I was doing class quests as they came up for all my crafters. But then, like, when you hit the level 50, it's like, oh, some big thing happened. Like, I don't remember any of these people.
Yeah.
Like, it's been so long.
Definitely. It's nice that I started this game in January, so like I have everything fresh in my mind.
I started this game 5 years ago. It was 4 apartments ago. That's when I lived in Ballard, man. It's 2013.
Damn.
And I own copies of it on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PC, and Mac. There's 4 different SKUs you can buy. I owned them all.
That's hilarious.
It's also really funny because, like, on PlayStation, like, they have the little chart. I don't know if they still do, but they used to when you go to buy it. It's like, here's the expansions you own. And it's like a step.
Do.
Because on PS3, I just own the initial. On PC, I have the initial and Heaven's Word. And then I have all 3 now on the other 2. But that made me laugh when I saw it.
Yep.
I need to wake up. I should have bought coffee when I was out at the store today. I ran out.
I'm still on that no coffee kick, unfortunately.
I meant to tell you, last night, we had fucking carolers come here. Who does that?
What the fuck?
They gave us a box of cookies. Like,
that's hilarious.
Okay.
I didn't know people even did that anymore.
Then I drunk dialed the pizza, as Zara likes to say. I don't even remember doing it.
Yeah.
Then I look at my phone, I'm like, did I order a pizza? And I was like, I don't think so. I'm like, well, apparently a pizza's coming. Oh,
that's hilarious.
Having too much fun up in the Rafus household over here. I learned a fun fact, by the way, that I forgot to talk about at Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah?
Ara's cousin, he does research on monkeys.
Oh, yeah?
Teaches them to play video games, basically. And I asked him, do they ever throw their poops around? And he said that is learned societal behavior. Like, certain groups of monkey societies throw poop. His monkeys do not. Please don't teach them. Right? Like, I thought that was just a natural thing. I didn't realize that, like, that's, like, just cool in certain monkey societies.
That's so funny.
Please don't teach them that.
What's even the point of them throwing poop? Is that just like a thing they do in that one
just
society?
to assert dominance, yeah.
That's so
or
funny.
just to piss off because they know humans don't like it, you know?
You're right.
Oh, yeah, so if you want to drive some scientists crazy, break into the UW lab where they keep the monkeys and teach them how to throw their poops. Oh, jeez.
P.S. Don't do that.
Could you imagine, like, animal activists broke into the lab? Did they free the monkeys? No, they just showed them how to throw poops. This is really annoying.
That's really funny.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? Just that, you know.
Yeah.
I finished The Outer Worlds. It's pretty good. It was pretty good. And then I was kind of in a weird limbo. I'm like, I don't want to start a new game. It's a freaking Wednesday.
Yeah,
starting new games is a weekend problem.
I've still been like hella binging anime, so I've just been minimally playing Final Fantasy, and that's about it.
I think I'm gonna put myself on another mission that I'm never gonna finish, which is to watch every Star Wars movie and TV show before I go see Episode 9.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to finish that. It's already coming out.
It's coming out in 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks. I only have 10 movies and like 7 seasons between Clone Wars and Rebels. Okay.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen.
I tried. I mean, every time I try to do this endeavor, I always lose. I try to do it chronologically, and I always lose steam in the Clone Wars movie because it was so bad, or Attack of the Clones rather, because it was so bad. It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, the third one, the actual third one, not the like sixth one.
Yeah.
It's so bad because like 90% of the movie is just angsty Anakin, and I can't. and Jane and I fucking hate that. So whenever we put up to watch that scene, we don't even say it anymore. But when we first did it, the first few times, we're like, oh, okay, we're gonna skip all the Anakin scenes, right? So we skipped all the Anakin scenes.
Oh, jeez.
And the movie was like 20 minutes. Not kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically.
Episode 3. Episode 3 is the best of the prequels, I guess. That's something. People say episode 1 is the worst, but it's okay. Episode 1 is not great.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is worse. Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman have zero on-screen chemistry. Zero. Yeah. And the lines are so cheesy. And so much of it is focused on their love story. And it's so dumb.
Bad. It's who the fuck wants a love story?
Also, because this used to drive me crazy, because, like, there's supposedly 10 years have passed between the first and second movie, right?
Yeah.
And when they met, Natalie Portman's like 25, and Jake Lloyd, who plays young Anakin, is like 6, right?
Yeah.
So 10 years later, Natalie Portman looks exactly the same, and Jake Lloyd looks like Hayden Christensen. Apparently, canonically, she was supposed to be 14 in the first movie. Which, okay. And he was supposed to be 9. So their love story kind of makes sense if he was 19 and she was 24, but it still doesn't.
Yeah.
So much of it is just wrong.
Yeah.
I love that meme you posted, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They're ruining Star Wars. They take this great Jedi Knight, they make him a weirdo on this old planet and his self-inflicted isolation. This is why Empire Strikes Back is the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it is funny how that was like copied so much.
Yeah, I know. Well, the first one's even worse. Episode 7 is literally just episode 4.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, jeez. The Star Wars fans are so fucking toxic, though. Did you see Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron, was like, I wish that Poe and Finn could have had like a actual like gay relationship.
Yeah. And
Star Wars fans just lost their shit. They're like, no, there's no gay people in Star Wars. Like, really? Get out of here.
That's so funny. That's like not even
man.
True. Like, especially in the expanded universe, it's like there's so much shit going on.
Yeah, well, in Legends canon, sure, but that's why would, like, you literally have like weird alien species. Like, why would you limit yourself so much?
It's just because they're fucking intolerant. Fucking, what are they called?
Racists? I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Bigots?
Bigots, that's the word I was looking for.
Bigots, yeah. Oh, man, that reminds me. During Days Gone, I had to beat up a guy who was wearing a Confederate flag bandana. And I'm like, so I don't know that much about American history, but I'm pretty sure Oregon didn't even exist during the Civil War. So why are you wearing a Confederate flag bandana in Oregon, man?
Yeah.
Woo, good burp.
Pterodactyl burp.
That was Terry the time pterodactyl. Yeah. Yep. Whew. All right.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah.
It's been half an hour. Quick pippity.
Out of content.
You gotta get Christian back on here. You know he's gonna go off about. Did you see his article?
No.
How he met all the
oh wait, yeah.
the dragons, the Seattle Dragons.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he's
Christian
gonna have
got
a whole
a press
episode
pass to
what
the fucking.
What we've got to do is we've got to get him the sports episode first.
That was the plan yesterday.
We have to get him to
Friday.
actually do it before we do the Beefy Boys next. Otherwise, it's gonna be a whole like 2 hours on just that.
Yeah. I still can't believe they sent him a press pass. That's so funny.
That's so funny. Yeah.
To the
I can't believe
uniform
that actually
reveal.
happened,
Yeah. And one of the players says, "Love the podcast name." Viral marketing. Get him to say it during an XFL broadcast, man.
There you go.
That'll bump us up. All right. Hopefully, we'll have him on again next week. We got to figure out. We can talk about this off air, but we got to figure out our recording schedule for the next few weeks.
Yep.
But,
all the holidays.
Yeah. It's coming up. If you got any topics you want us to talk about, let us know. Probably gonna go play some board games, so board game of the week can come back next week. This week it was Harry Potter Munchkin. I don't know what we're going to play, though.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the shelf. Okay.